everybody. We're solving radical equations. Yes, sirree. So what does that look like? It looks like this. We've got a radical, and we have something that's not a radical, right? So how do you solve radical equations? And what do you have to do when you're done? Well, you have to check for extraneous solutions. Remember, this is answer. You get a couple of answers, but one of them doesn't work in the original, or maybe both of them don't work in the original. You have to check to make sure that they work in the original. So extraneous solutions do not work in the original. How do you solve a square root problem? Well, what do? You have to square both sides. Now, if you recall, when you square something, right? If you square a square root, those cancel out. Over here, you get x plus 6. If you square this, you have to do FOIL. Don't forget FOIL. We'll be excited about that. We'll put little exclamation points. You have to do FOIL. That means, this 2 means write it twice. So this is x plus 4 times x plus 4, which should be x squared plus 8x plus 16. Right? Now what do we got? We got a quadratic. How do we solve a quadratic? We have to make it equal 0. So we'll write that little step right there. So how do I get this to equal 0? I have to subtract 1x from here. And I have to subtract 6 from here. Alright, now this is 0 like we wanted. And over here we have x squared plus 7x plus 10. Now you can use your quadratic formula if you got it. No problem. Or you can factor. If we use the program, it's going to tell us the answers right off the bat. So we got 1, 7, 10. It's negative 2. And negative 5. All right. Now then, when we check, we have to plug it back into the original question to see if it actually works. So let's put negative 2 in here. Negative 2 plus 6 equals negative 2 plus 4. Okay? The square root of negative 2 plus 6, that's 4. So the square root of 4 equals 2. Hey, that works. Bing, 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 bing. 2 is a solution. So I put a box on it. Let's try negative 5. What if we did negative 5 plus 6 equals negative 5 plus 4? Negative 1. Okay, so this one does not work. This is not true. This has to equal a positive number over here. If it was positive, it would be true. Since it's negative, this does not work. No siree. And the reason why is this negative right there. So be careful and you'll be okay. We found an extraneous solution. So this guy does not work. That means it's extraneous. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Only this time, let's do a problem that has cubes. Yeah. So let's do a problem with cubes. So we've got the cube root of x squared plus 4x. Well, that's fun. Oh, look at that. That's pretty nice. So instead of squaring both sides, we're going to have to cube both sides. So if I cube this side, I just get x squared plus 4x. If I cube that side, I get 5, right? Can't solve it unless it's equal 0, so I have to subtract 5. So I'm going to subtract 5, so I get x squared plus 4x minus 5. Then I use my quadratic formula. Whee! Yay, what did I do? I hit the wrong button. Quadratic formula 1 for -5 tells me that one of the numbers is 1 and the other number is -5. Let's check it. In the original problem, the cube root of 1 plus 4 equals the cube root of 5. Yep, I think so. That works. So 1 definitely works. Okay, how about -5? Put -5 squared plus 4 times -5, all underneath the cubic. So that's 25 minus 20. Hey, that's the cube root of 5. Yay, they both work. Both answers work. Ta-da! Let's do one more. One more. Cubes were easy. That one's easy. Let's do another square one, just to show you. Square roots. So what do we have here? This one says the cube root of 11 minus x, the square root, minus another x equals 1. Okay, so we can't solve this unless the radical's by itself. So you have to get the radical by itself. So there's the steps, right? If I want this by itself, that means I have to add x. Okay. Then I have 11 minus x on this side, x plus 1 on that side. Now I can square both sides. So now I'm ready for this step. Looky what I got. I got 11 minus x over here. And then remember, you have to do FOIL. FOIL, FOIL, FOIL. Write it twice. That would be x squared plus 2x plus 1. Boop, boop, boop. So, I have to add 1, x, and I have to subtract an 11. Alrighty. Now I got 0 over here where I want it. X squared plus 3x minus 10. Look at that. Okay. Quadratic formula to the rescue. 1, 3, -10. 2 and -5 again. Hey, can't get away from that. 2 and -5. All right, we try 2 in the problem. 11 minus 2, square root of 9. Square root of 9. And that's minus, remember, 2 equals 1. So square root of 9 minus 2 is the same thing as 3 minus 2, which is 1. Yes, 2 definitely works. Okay, try it with the other guy, -5. So 11 minus -5. Ooh, minus minus is plus. That means 16, right? So square root of 16 minus, and then this number is -5, right? So minus minus makes plus. Does that equal 1? I don't think so, because that's 4 plus 5 equals 1. No, that's not true. So -5 does not work again. So we found an extraneous solution. -5 is extraneous. It solved this quadratic, but it did not solve the original problem. So there's only one answer. So on the test, I could ask you, how many answers does this have? And the answer would be 1, right? You say, well, I solved it and I got 2. Well, that's true, but this one's extraneous. That doesn't work. I could even ask, what is the extraneous solution? So you have to be able to find them and then answer the question that I ask. Okay? You're ready for today's homework. Yay!